What's up guys, welcome back to my channel. This is DarkHaven and today I'm going to be discussing the recently announced news by Nintendo that as of next year in March, they will officially be closing down the Nintendo 3DS eShop and the Wii U store, which includes the Virtual Console and all of the classic games that come with it. This is a huge blow to game preservation as a whole, and I think this is a horrible idea, and I'm going to discuss why. As always, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. So, Nintendo has officially come out now, guys, and said that they will be shutting down both the Nintendo 3DS and the Wii U eShops next year on March 23rd of 2023. All of those games and all the DLC that is available for them just gone like that. Poof, vanished, never coming back, and can never be rebought. They can never be restored, just gone forever. Now, obviously, we all knew that this was going to happen eventually, right? Like, it's just a fact, okay? No online stores, no matter how popular, last forever. But I don't think that anyone expected it to be this soon. I mean, yeah, technically the 3DS is officially over a decade old now. Jesus Christ, I feel like a freaking senior citizen at this point. Holy shit. But the games on the 3DS store still sell like hotcakes. Even to this day, there are still plenty of sales and plenty of new games being released. Now, that's not to mention the Wii U Virtual Console and the entire classic games library that it has. For some reason, Nintendo still refuses to bring that over to the Switch, but I digress. All of those games on the Wii U will be gone too, and this is one of the biggest reasons why I am against, a digital-only future. Because when these companies decide that they're going to shut down the digital stores like this, then all of those games are lost for good. I mean, yes, if you have already purchased the games already, you can still technically re-download them, but let's say there's some DLC for Fire Emblem that you wanted to buy, right? And you just didn't have the money to get it when it came out. Or let's say your system dies or breaks and you have to get a new one. What do you do then? You can't buy it, right? Or let's say someone gets a 3DS for Christmas, or your 3DS has been sitting in your closet for a few years, collecting dust, and one day you get the urge to replay some of your older games. You're like, you know what? I haven't played Fire Emblem Awakening in a while. Let me bust it out and play it real quick, right? You go back to play it and you're like, oh shit, I forgot I didn't have the DLC for this. Let me go buy it, just to find out that nope, you can't. Sorry guys, the store's closed. Fuck off. It's just ridiculous, man. I'm all for game preservation. This is why emulation is super important, because these companies just don't give a fuck, right? There's so many digital-only games, and like, if you don't have them now, if you don't buy them before the store closes next year, you're shit out of luck. This is a big issue for a lot of people, myself included. And like I said before, this is why emulation is so important, guys, and this is very anti-consumer. Like, I know it costs money to keep the servers and these stores open and they can't do it forever, but if they're going to shut down the stores like this, then at least make these games and these services available for the Switch or something, right? Like, put the virtual shop on the Switch. So many people have been asking Nintendo for years now to put the virtual console on Switch. Plenty of people would gladly pay money for these. I don't know, maybe Nintendo's doing this because they want to resell these games a few years later after the stores have closed for full price so they can make more money because, they're greedy as fuck. EA, anyone? Jesus. I know they could do it, but yeah, I mean, it's just a huge disappointment, guys. I have so many games on my 3DS. I love that system and I still play it to this day. After beating Metroid Dread, I went back and I'm currently playing Samus Returns for the first time because I never got around to playing that when it came out. And I do have Fire Emblem Fates, both Birthright and Conquest, but I never actually played the third main story. They released like a whole new third version. I think it's called Revelations, but it's a completely new story, new characters, new story choices, basically a whole third game, but it's digital only. You cannot buy it physical, and this is a big issue, right? Like, there's so many games that you cannot buy physically, and even if you can buy these games physically, a lot of these older and more rare games are going up and up and up in price, right? Like, you try to find NES games, right, in good condition, they can sell for hundreds if not thousands of dollars. Not everybody can afford to drop that kind of money on one game, right? So the Virtual Console on the Wii U was like the only way that you could conveniently buy and play these games on a semi-modern system without breaking the bank and going bankrupt in the process, right? I don't think any amount of time could have prepared us for this. I mean, maybe in like 20 or 30 years from now, I'd be feeling differently. But even if they gave it like another 5 to 10 years, I kind of still feel like it would be too soon, right? I mean, there's just so many memories and too many great games. And the fact that they will just all disappear in an instant just makes me sad. Like I said, at least make these games playable on other systems before closing this down. Please, for the love of God, Nintendo, please. I'm not holding my breath though. And back to talking about Metroid Dread, when that game was revealed, copies of Samus Returns got super duper expensive, guys, and super rare because suddenly they were in high demand. And it's lucky that a lot of people were able to be like, okay, well, I don't care about physical copies, so I'll just, spend the retail price, $40, and get it digitally, right? And that's great. It's a really great option for people to have who don't want to pay a bunch of money for physical games. I mean, come on. It's always kind of been an issue getting used games, the rare ones, like I said before, have always been kind of expensive. But even in just the last few years, this bubble has inflated like crazy, guys. The used games market has just gotten terrible. It's harder than ever to get your hands on some of these old games, and it's not really showing any signs of stopping or slowing down. It kind of just feels like this is the new normal. And like, if anything, that's a good reason right there to extend the lives of these old stores and games longer than maybe they originally planned. The last 2 years have shown us that this whole physical games crisis issue is only going to get worse as time goes on. I really hope that one day the Switch finally does get the Virtual Console and Nintendo takes their fingers out of their fucking ass and starts listening to their fans more, because the game preservation for all of these games that are going to be lost is extremely important. But yeah, anyways guys, what do you guys think about all this? What are your guys' thoughts on the eShop closing down? Do you guys agree with me that this is a horrible idea, or do you guys just not care? How many of you guys actually still have a 3DS or a Wii U and still play it? But yeah, I mean, feel free to leave it down in the comment section below. Interested to hear you guys' thoughts, and yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time on my next one. This is DarkHaven signing out. Have a good one.